Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be covering the M1 Finance end of the month portfolio changes for May 2018. So I currently have the M1 Finance Roth IRA changes for April 2018. You can see that the equity of the portfolio had $5,222.69, and we had made $17.45 in dividends. So in this video, we're going to be covering the equity of the position. We're going to be covering how many dividends, how much we got paid out in dividends, what stocks paid out dividends, did our portfolio equity increase or decrease, did our gain increase or decrease, and did our overall percent for the portfolio increase or decrease. So we're going to go over all of that in today's video. So if you are brand new to my channel or have not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I make stock market, real estate related investment videos, so consider subscribing for future videos. So let's go ahead and jump over to M1 Finance. So I think this is a great broker. I've been using this for the past 5 months now, as of January 2018. I made a video covering all the benefits of M1 Finance, from their no fees, partial shares, and my favorite thing is the retirement accounts. It's a great portfolio. Check out the video top right corner. I go over all the benefits on there. So kind of get into the video here. Let's go to we'll take a quick look at the market. Today is Thursday. As you know, the market did do a bit of a dive because the tariffs, the U.S. implemented tariffs on China that hurt a lot of the stocks and caused the S&P 500 and Dow Jones to fall the most, whereas the NASDAQ, it did fall a little bit early in the morning, picked up about mid-afternoon and kind of tinkered off and kind of mellowed out towards the end of the day, bottoming out. I would consider that not moving at a loss of 0.02%. So Tuesday, we had that overseas thing with the banks. Wednesday, we recovered from it. Thursday, tariffs. So it's been a fun week this week. Let's jump over to our portfolio. So value right now, we're sitting at $5,287.93. We were at $5,222.69. So that is definitely a gain right there. Let me bust out my handy dandy calculator. We punch in that number and we subtract 5,222.69. So our equity in our portfolio increased by $65.24. So I would say and consider that a win. Our difference there, we were sitting at negative $377.83. We're now sitting at $325.57. So we decreased our loss by $65.24. We had been paid out in the month of April a total amount of $50.05 of dividends from the following months until April. In May, since the entire time that we've been investing, we have made $66.17. So $66.17 minus $50.05. So in the month of May, this portfolio made $16.12 of dividends. So that's a very nice return in dividends for the size of the portfolio, I think. If we take a look, if we divide the total amount of dividends that we've been paid over just the last 5 months that we've been invested in the stock market over on M1 Finance, we've made roughly $13.23 on average per month. So this is all within the Roth IRA account. This is a non-taxable account, meaning that any sells, any trades that I do within this account, if I make any sort of capital gains, capital losses, I don't have to report them. Whether I make $1,000, $5,000, those dividends, the interest, the capital gains, that doesn't have to be reported to the IRS because it's all traded within a retirement account. If you guys would like to make your own Roth IRA, it's a self-directed Roth IRA, meaning that you get to invest your own stuff in there. You're not getting paid you're not charging any fees or any of that. Check out top right corner. I'll have how you guys can start your Roth IRA account. Now, as far as we've already covered the gain and the loss and our return here, we're at negative 5.87%. We were down at 6.84%. So we've actually recovered by a little over 8%, not quite 1%, but we're going to go ahead and say that over the month of May, we've actually increased our portfolio by nearly 1%. So that's very good. And here you can see that we have 4 stocks in the green, whereas in the past video, we only had 1 stock in the green. We had Cisco up at 13.75. So this month, Cisco did pull back a little bit due to their earnings. Their earnings came out, their revenue didn't quite meet expectations. Their stock did fall a little bit there. You can see that they lost a little bit around 4 to 5% since the last video that we covered Cisco on. But some of our other stocks did increase in the green now. We have Apple up 7.25%, where it was down 3.33% due to the scare that the technology stock came out saying that their devices weren't selling as much due to a carrier and people sold off Apple. I bought Apple there inside my other account and it was very nice. Pfizer also up in the green, and WP Carey is up in the green. These are all real estate investment trusts. Now, I created this portfolio with 15 stocks. I go over how to create your very own, like if you like an ETF, but you don't like it because the expense ratio and all the fees that are associated with the ETF, you can actually take those individual stocks and make your very own ETF. I go over it in one of the videos covering how to create the essential 40 stock ETF. Top right corner, I'll have a link to that video if you guys are interested in making your own sort of ETF within M1 Finance. And here you can see if I click on the details of this portfolio, I have 15 stocks. They have 0 expense ratio, meaning that I pay no fees, to have the account. Plus, I'm not paying anybody else to manage my portfolio. I do it all for myself. Average dividend yield currently sits at 3.51%. When I initially bought these stocks, it was at 3.25%. Due to the loss, I bought all these stocks on the 8th of January. Or a majority of them were on the 8th of January. So since then, you can see that the market has came down, and that's why my portfolio is currently sitting in the red, and why the average dividend yield has increased, because the yield on cost has increased. The yield has increased in comparison to the cost. So jumping back over here to the portfolio, we can see all of our holdings here. Now, what sort of activity did we have in the month of May? So I actually only deposited $20 of my own cash in the month of May. This is actually due to a scheduling hiccup that I had, and I'll go ahead and cover that here in just a second. So in the month of May, a couple dividends that were paid out is AT&T. They paid out $5.05. I also deposited that $10 to meet the threshold of triggering a buy with $15.05. It bought Altria Group, $3.26 of that stock. And it also bought AT&T, $11.79 of that stock. So with only $15, I was able to buy 2 shares, or 2 different stocks there. Now the second trade was on May 10th, and I was paid out $3.82 here by Blackstone Group. One was $1.30, and one was $2.52. So right there was probably some sort of special payout. So together they made $3.82. I also deposited $10 and had a total of $14.07 within the account. That triggered the buy. So I bought Johnson & Johnson, Altria Group, and AT&T, and Walmart. A couple ands in there. Anyways, I bought 4 stocks with that $14. And the difference here, so I put $10 in, I had $3.82. There was some dollars in there that were still sitting in cash. That is due to my scheduling conflict. I actually changed my banks around, and I forgot to reset up my schedule. So that's a little bit funky right there. And you can see that I missed out on 2 weeks of investing $10 in to the stock market there. So we can kind of go back if that's not really that interesting. Anyways, I do have $3.24, $3.25 right now, currently sitting in cash within the account that's not deposited. But I'm going to go ahead and get that started again here soon. Caterpillar paid out $1.63. Apple paid out $1.61. Now, as far as scheduling go, if you go to funding and here towards the bottom, you can see that I only completed 2 transfers into my Roth IRA during the month of May, and they were only $20. So I had changed my account from Chase to my USAA account, so I kind of changed a little bit of fluctuations, And if I go to my schedules, I had to reset up my schedule in here. Once you change your banks around, you have to stop your schedule, you change your banks around, and then you have to go back in here and set up your deposit. I have a whole video covering scheduling a $10 deposit. And if you guys would like to check that out, how you schedule your very own $10 threshold deposit, I do that because $10 is the minimum amount in order to trigger a trade. And I want my previous week's dividends to get triggered and go into the market every single week to begin buying more shares, even when it's averaged up, averaged down. Majority of my stocks can be averaged down right now, so it's a great buying opportunity. M1 Finance does all that for me. It buys my lowest target percent stocks that are down, so it does all of that for me. And I got that all kind of going now. So next week on Monday, I'm going to be putting $10 in those dividends that are currently sitting here in cash at $3.25. I'll be depositing $13.25 of new money into the market on Monday. Now, here are all my holdings here. You can see the weight, the shares, the cost, and the value. You can also see the target here and the actual target and the actual. So our actual is on top and target's on bottom. So a couple of these, AT&T is under the 7% target. So AT&T, if it's less, so it's actually Johnson & Johnson's at a 6.2 out of 7. So that's a difference of 0.8. And I believe that's probably the biggest difference there. So what would happen is the next time that there's money available in my account, my M1 Finance will automatically buy the lowest actual stock equity within my portfolio in order to reach the target, or at least to reach the second actual threshold, and then it'll invest into the other stock. So right now we're sitting at 0.8 difference here and a 0.4 difference here. So the next time, this is actually here 0.5 difference here. So the next time money goes into my account, it'll probably buy AT&T, and it'll probably it'll invest into Altria, and it may pick up Johnson & Johnson as well, because those stocks right there are, Johnson & Johnson will trigger first because it's down by 0.8, followed right behind by Kimberly-Clark maybe. Walmart is down 0.5 as well. Anyways, you get the difference. You get it, right? Okay, so that is the portfolio. Now over here on my spreadsheet, I keep track of all the ticker symbols, the shares, the buy price, the buy cost, how much each stock pays out in dividends, the annual income, the average yield, and all of that information. So what I'm going to start doing is every single quarter I'm going to update the payout ratio, because that's something I don't change. And I do change the dividend payout every single month that I do these videos. So I keep track of what stocks increase their dividends. And as you know, last month Apple increased their dividend, Avery increased their dividend, and Johnson & Johnson increased their dividend. So that really helped that portfolio up, increase, and payout. So here our portfolio changed slightly as far as original cost. 56.50, we're at 56.79, so we have roughly $29. Okay, it looks like we have $29 of new money in the account. I think it would actually be a little bit more, but there is still some money sitting in cash right now, so I'm going to go ahead and trust it. That's all the numbers match up between M1 Finance and here. If you look at these numbers here and you stop the video, and you look at all these numbers here and you stop the video, all those numbers match up, and so do the original costs and all of that. Anyways, so the difference here that mainly changed was that the Blackstone group actually decreased their payout. So this number here changes it changes quite a bit. I don't actually go by this number. I have it within my portfolio. It says $2.20. If we actually jump over to the Blackstone group, it's at $1.40. But it does change quarter after quarter. So last quarter it was 85 cents. The quarter before it was 44 cents, 54 cents. So it does change just about every single quarter. That payout changes, which is going to have my portfolio fluctuate as far as annual income going down or up based off that stock. But if we remove that stock here, let's start with May real quick. We'll see that our annual income, if we keep out Blackstone and just trigger these ones, that's 170.80. So 170.80 minus, and we jump over to April. and we gather all these ones up besides the Blackstone, we're at 169.29. So minus 169.29. That's a difference of $1.51. So I added $20 into the portfolio for the month of May, and I reinvested those $16 of dividends that were paid out in the month of May. Now, without including Blackstone in that group, the difference that's the portfolio and the annual income increase was by $1.54 or $1.51. If you divide that by let's see here. If you divide that by 12, that gives you a roughly 12-cent increase per month, but that compounds month after month. That number doesn't seem all that amazing, but overall for the year, my annual income increased by a dollar. I think it was $1.30, and that's not including Blackstone. Blackstone will give it a little bit of percent up and down as well. So that is basically it, all that I want to kind of cover within this video. Here is May, and that is basically it. So if you guys are interested at all in checking out M1 Finance, I do recommend checking it out at least one time. In order to start your individual account, you do need to invest $100. If you want to start your Roth IRA, you can start with $500. And I have a referral link in the description below as well as in the comment section. If you click on the referral link, you invest $100 into your individual account. You also get $10. You can then take that $110, create a Roth IRA account, move your stocks, your money out of your Roth or your individual account, move them into your Roth IRA. Of course, your individual account is a taxable account, whereas your Roth IRA is not a taxable account. So I definitely know the difference there. But as an example here, okay, so I pulled up the individual account here. So the individual account has $143.66. I started with $100. It's made 3.06% return, which is roughly $3.66. But I've also invited friends, family, coworkers. I've had a couple subscribers and viewers reach out to me via Facebook. Okay, my kiddo jumped in. Food's ready. So anyways, I do have to end the video very quickly, but overall, my friends, my family, coworkers, I've had people reach out to me on Facebook, ask me a couple questions about M1 Finance. I've replied to them and talked about whatever they had questions on, and they definitely enjoy the platform. So if you haven't checked it out, I do have a complete playlist. I'll have that linked in the top right corner as well in order to have that checked out. So that is basically it, all that I want to have covered in this video. So again, I want to thank everyone for watching up to this point. If you did like the video, remember to hit the like button below. If you haven't yet subscribed, or if you're brand new to my channel, hit the subscribe button for future financial videos. If you have any questions at all, whether it's over investing, real estate, M1 Finance, leave it in the comment section below. I always reply back to your guys' comments. I appreciate and enjoy reading them. As a friendly disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor or tax professional. The information provided is my opinion for entertainment and fun. This is not investment advice. This is just me as a financial investor trying to help others make their money work for them. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.